If you shrank yourself down and walked along the ocean floor, the most dangerous things wouldn't be sharks. They'd be the little things hiding between the rocks. Among the crustaceans, evolution has gone overboard. Tiny animals carrying weapons that blur the line between biology and machinery. In this episode, we're going hunting for 3 of them. A shrimp that throws a punch like a bullet. A cousin that snaps its claw so hard it makes shockwaves and light. And a crab whose grip can crack bone and coconuts. Small bodies, ridiculous power. The mantis shrimp doesn't look like much at first glance. It's the size of your hand, colorful, tucked into a burrow in the reef. But its front limbs are not really arms. They are loaded spring mechanisms. Inside each striking limb, bands of muscle pull against a saddle-shaped piece of exoskeleton, storing energy like a crossbow being cranked back. When the latch finally releases, the club at the end of the limb fires forward in a few thousandths of a second. In water, that's fast enough to briefly reach bullet-like speeds. The impact can crack open shells and crabs, shatter snail armor, and in some cases damage aquarium glass. But the weirdest part isn't the punch itself, it's what happens to the water. The strike is so rapid it creates a tiny low-pressure bubble, a cavitation pocket that collapses almost instantly. That collapse adds a second shockwave and a flash of heat and light at the point of impact. So the prey doesn't just get hit once, it gets hit twice. Once by the club, and once by the physics of water being forced out of the way too quickly. A small animal carrying a built-in underwater hammer that behaves more like a missile than a limb. A close relative takes a different approach. Pistol shrimps don't punch. They slam an oversized claw that works like a miniature cannon. One half of the claw is a plunger, the other a socket. When the shrimp snaps it shut, the plunger slams in and forces out a jet of water at extreme speed. Just like the mantis shrimp strike, that jet creates a cavitation bubble that collapses, releasing a sharp pressure pulse and a brief flash of light. Underwater microphones hear it as a loud crack, and whole colonies of pistol shrimp can create a constant background roar that interferes with sonar in shallow seas. To small animals nearby, that crack is more than noise. It can stun or kill prey outright. From a distance, it looks like a little claw closing. Inside the fluid, it's a pressure weapon. On land, the same family goes in the opposite direction. Slow, heavy, and brutally strong. Coconut crabs are the largest land-living crustaceans. They haul themselves up trees, drag away fallen food, and will happily test almost anything with their claws. Measurements of their grip suggest that the biggest individuals can generate a force comparable to the bite of a large predator, focused through a single pincer. They use that power to crack into tough shells, tear apart carrion, and, when they can manage it, break into actual coconuts. On some islands, they're known for stealing cooking pots, cameras, and shoes from camps, simply by clamping on and walking away. At night, a group of them moving through the undergrowth looks less like a cleanup crew and more like walking clamps on legs. Seen together, the pattern is hard to miss. Take the standard crustacean toolkit, claws, limbs, exoskeleton, and in 3 different environments, you get 3 different extremes: spring-loaded hammers, snapping fluid cannons, and crushing grips that feel like they belong on a much larger body. We usually reserve words like weapon and tool for machines we build, but on reefs, in shallow bays, and on a few tropical islands, evolution has already prototyped its own hardware, tuned to the limits of what water, shell, and muscle will allow. Scaled up to our size, these animals would be monsters. At the size they really live, they're just part of the background machinery of the planet. Small, bright reminders that you don't have to be big to bend the rules of impact and force. Follow Veil Signal for more creatures and places where Earth feels overpowered by design.